So, good morning. So, if you are joining me, well, it's been a morning already. Making all sorts of boo boos and blunders all over the place. So, I thought I was talking to you, and I was talking to nobody because I forgot to hit the go live button. So, that that stuff happens. So, it is Wednesday. It is Wednesday with Weezy. If you don't know me, who is this crazy woman who's blathering on about making mistakes? That's me, Wheezy. I'm always full of them, but I move forward in my imperfections and I come here about all things about life. Um, some of us still like to just do decorative things, fun things, know things about gardening. And today we are going to talk about some fun facts about daylight savings time. So if you are new here or you are a reoccurring visitor, please go ahead and say hi in the chat. And if you are watching this on replay, still go ahead and comment on the platform in which you're watching it, which I go live on YouTube and Facebook each almost each and every Wednesday. Uh, so let's just go ahead and jump in. We all have things to do today. We are putting into things about just it's we're getting more daylight, so we have we are operating in more energy. See, my tongue has so much energy, it just kind of curls around itself and can't get the words out fast enough, or it's too fast, and I stumble over my words. But I even dressed. Spring has sprung here in the Carolinas, and it is just absolutely beautiful. And if I can get it to go right, I want to do a little screen share and not my tab. I want to share entire screen. No, that's not it either. Window. Never mind. I wanted to share a little video of my cherry tree. It is in full bloom and it is beautiful. So I'll just post it later and you can look at it. I did some posting last night on another YouTube channel, but because we're doing all things spring light this month is all about the light and getting more light into our lives. So anyway, if you didn't join us last week, it was World Candle Day. And so we talked about that. And we are, and today we're going to talk about some fun facts of daylight savings time. So if you're just joining, go ahead, say hi in the chat, and I will go. And I'm just going to change one thing, and then I am going over here so I can see. Hopefully, chat will come in. So, anyways, I think I've blathered on long enough. So here we go. We are going to talk about some fun facts about daylight savings times. Do you like daylight savings time? I have to ask, say yes or no in the comments. If you so choose, give me a reason why. I have to say, let me back up for a minute. Many people have many opinions about daylight saving time, which we're going to learn when I talk about these fun facts. But um, if but a lot of people say they don't like it because it disrupts their sleep. They feel very groggy in the morning because we lose an hour because we spring ahead. Me, my sleep's disrupted all the time, so it doesn't matter. Uh, but going into going into this, um, I just I like daylight savings time because I like the extra light at the end of the day. Just saying. Because with we may be falling back into darkness first thing in the morning for a little bit, but it's just for a little bit. It's just for a little bit. And then we'll have a little more daylight at the end of the day. I can stay awake. I'm hoping because this time change this time really messed me up, and I most nights I'm in bed by 9:30 at night. So, which there was been times I was in bed at 8 or 8:30 and falling sound asleep. But I don't like to go to bed that early because then I'm awake so much earlier in the morning. So it's just a vicious circle. So I'm hoping that this will put me to bed a little bit later and I will rise a little bit later. So we will sleep through more of that darkness. But anyway, ugh, uh, we are going forward and let's go and dive into these fun facts about daylight savings time. Um, while I'm pulling it up, did you know this was a fact that I did not know about? That daylight savings time was first proposed all the way back when Benjamin Franklin was alive, for he was the first one to propose it in 1784. Let me know in the comments. Did you know that? That was a surprising fact for me. I did not realize. I always thought it happened back in the wartime, which we're going to learn more about that. Uh, did you know that daylight savings time is observed in over 70 countries around the world, but not all countries participate? And those countries, for example, that do not participate is Asia and Africa. Um, but the beginning and the end of daylight savings times, it varies around the world when it starts and stops. And we're going to learn in a little bit how ours changed back in, like, I think it's 2007, but we'll learn all about that. But the beginning of the and end of daylight savings time varies from country and sometimes even region within a country. In the United States, for example, Hawaii and Arizona, no, I said Arizona. Most of Arizona do not observe daylight savings time. Daylight savings time was originally intended to save energy by reducing the amount of artificial light needed, which I didn't think it was that. I thought it was due to farming purposes. Um, but but the amount of artificial light needed during the evening. However, studies have shown that the amount of energy saved is relatively small. Um, Although there's so many street lights out there, it I'm sure it probably caused, you know, maybe for an hour it cuts down on some light pollution in the summertime. But let's see, where did I leave off? The practice of observing daylight saving time is widely adapted during World War I as a way to conserve fuel. It was later repealed after the war, but reintroduced in World War II. And that was what I thought it was when it first came about. The United States, the energy policy of 2005 extended the length of daylight savings time by 4 weeks. Starting in 2007, daylight savings time now, so since 2007, daylight savings time now begins the second Sunday in March and ends the first Sunday in November. And I remember when that happened because it was a little bit of an adjustment. But the switch to daylight savings time, and this is where people get a little bit grumpy about it, can disrupt people's sleep patterns and cause temporary increasing accidents due to drowsy driving. And I would think that would be more in the morning because of waking up. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Uh there's There's more facts coming your way. Some people believe that daylight savings time can have negative effects on physical and mental health, particularly in the weeks following the switch. It could be because I know I get with my sleep, like I was talking about before, my sleep has been disrupted with just standard time. Let's see, in 2019, European Parliament voted to end the practice of daylight savings time by 2021. However, the decision was later postponed due to guess what? COVID. And I know it's been talked about our in our Congress too, and still hasn't been passed. To be honest, I really wish they would just pick one and stay with one. I don't care if it's daylight savings time. I don't care if it's standard time. Just pick something and move. Let's move ahead instead of doing all of this switch. But despite the controversial history, daylight savings times remains a popular topic of discussion and debate around the world. So, did you know all of these interesting facts? And which one did you find more interesting? I would love to know in the comments. So that is all I really have for you today. Keeping it short and sweet, not taking too much of your time with my little trivia about daylight savings time. So remember, daylight savings time, we on Saturday night, go ahead and move those clocks ahead. My dad, I just have to tell you this one story about my dad. My dad was a farmer and he went to bed early. So he would throw us off every year when the time changed because he would go ahead and he would switch the clocks while he was wide awake and had lots of energy at like 6 o'clock in the evening. And then the rest of the night we were thrown off by the time. and he and my dad, he would get a great chuckle over that out of that. Um, but anyway, it was his name was Don. It was a Don thing, and he did have a fun. He did have fun with that. Let's see. So if you don't normally follow me, you can look down here on the ticker tape, and these are places that you can follow me. So you can follow me here on YouTube, Facebook. I go live, but I also have an account over on Instagram where I post usually humorous things because if you don't know me, I'm a little warped. I'm sweet and kind, but I do like good humor. So if you ever have some a good meme to share, please share them. Just send me a DM through Facebook or Instagram. But go over there, find me, and follow me, and subscribe here on YouTube. And we will talk to you hopefully next week. We'll see. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.